It's Friday, June 18th. This is Flashpoint Friday. Today, I'll be interviewing my mentor, my friend, Mr. James McNeil. Incredible human, incredible soul. Has traveled the globe several times. He's worked with some of the top people on the planet. Literally, no exaggeration. He has an incredible mind and heart, and you're going to love this conversation today. Good morning, Mandy. But for now, I got some stuff for you this morning. I got some content to share. And as always, check in with you. This is Austin. This is Flashpoint. This is the Meet Me in the Morning segment. If you've been following along, you get the picture. We want to give you some inspiration today. I want to give you something to take with you on this Friday. But first, you got to check in with you. You got to check in here. You know, what's going on? And then we're going to level up our emotions today. Today, I want to talk about mistakes. Have you made a mistake? Not only have you made a mistake, but have you made a mistake that has caused it to linger? Where you're going through your day and something like, wham, you messed up. And then later in that day, wham, how could you do that? Have you had this happen to you? I know I have. I know I've made some mistakes that they kind of linger and they pop up in your mind, your emotions, and what they're doing is they're actually pulling you back, right? You're made to progress, but when this happens at an unconscious level, it's like pulling you back, and you don't know it, and it's almost like being stuck in the mud. So let's talk about this today, and let's see if we can glean some great stuff today here to Meet Me in the Morning. Let's hear. So Mandy's with us this morning. Hey, Mandy. And by the way, I don't tag people in these. So if you like this and you think someone else will benefit from this, please, you're free to share this content. Okay. All right. So let's jump in. I have some quotes for you today, and I got a great piece of wisdom. I have really two incredible pieces of wisdom. Good morning, Lori. How are you today? I'm so glad to see you on here with me. Meet Me in the Morning. Let's talk about it. All right. So I'm in the same place I was yesterday. I'm in beautiful downtown Haddonfield. And by the way, I forgot to mention yesterday, this little courtyard or whatever you want to call it here, this used to be a street. This was one of the original streets in Haddonfield. And once they put in the new road, they made this into this little storefront area, which ended up being great. So did you mess up? Do you feel like you messed up to the point where the emotions linger and you'll be sitting there like minding your own business, and all of a sudden, wham, it comes in, you messed up. And then the emotions, and then it's like this heavy, it's like, you know what it's like? It's like you're going to go walk 5 miles and you picked up a 50-pound bag to carry with you, not knowing you did it. And that's what happens with this emotional stuff. So what can we do? And now again, I realize there's some heavyweight stuff. There's some things that we feel like we really messed up. And then as we go up the scale, there's some lighter mistakes. But sometimes these dumb mistakes could linger too, right? So let me jump in and share with some quotes about mistakes. Let's start there. And then I'm going to get into the end of this. I got some great wisdom. One that I'm going to pull from an ancient text, and one that just bubbled up inside of me that I think is going to really, really give you some value. So it's not, this is my quote, by the way. It's not the mess up, it's the get up. It's how quickly can you get up after you mess up? Not in a fake kind of way, but can you learn? Can you learn quickly? Stephen Covey says it's not the mistake, it's the feeling that lingers after the mistake that begins to mess up the next moment. And that's the key. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of how would it be a good metaphor, but if you had, if you stepped in black paint, let's say you walked in black paint and then you stepped on white carpet, right? You would clean your feet off and clean the carpet. You wouldn't keep walking, right? You wouldn't just keep walking and treading black paint everywhere, would you? No. So a mistake is like you stepped in black paint. So you got to clean the shoes off and try to avoid the black paint next time, right? It's not the mess up, it's the get up. Thank you, Mandy. Appreciate you being here. It's and here's the thing, Eleanor Roosevelt said, which I really love this one: learn from the mistakes of others too. Learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make all the mistakes yourself. You can't, right? And the thing is, this kind of shows the value of mistakes, that we need mistakes. We need them. We need to make mistakes. How about that? What a paradox, right? We need to make mistakes. If you have the guts to keep making mistakes, your wisdom and intelligence will leap forward with huge momentum. That was said by Holly Near. So if you have the guts, think about it. It takes guts to make mistakes, because why does it take guts? Because there's a judgmental person around every corner. There's someone always waiting to judge you and the mistakes that you've made. And the idea is that's why it takes guts to keep going. Because I can't tell you how many times I've gotten messages from people. And I tell people I want all feedback. I welcome feedback. But what gets me is that somebody who's not even in my community, they never follow me, but they're the one that wants to point out the mistake. And that's what gets me. So, but here's the good news about those people. They still excite me and fire me up, because it's that's where the guts is needed. The guts to say, I hear you, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to keep making the mistakes, and I'm going to create forward momentum. I want you to do that. I want you to just like, you know what? I don't care what people think. If you made the most horrendous mistake, keep going. Keep going. And I love this one here. Mistakes grow your brain. Because when you make a mistake, your brain is like seeking for solutions. Let it do the work and create the solution. They are landmines in the mind. We have to be pragmatic about what the past teaches us. What is your past teaching you? What have you learned? Maybe there's a mistake that has come up, and it keeps coming up because the lesson needs to be, you need to draw the lesson from it. Mistakes grow your brain. It's not the mess up, it's the get up. It's not the mess up, it's the get up. Think about a mistake that you've made and what lesson can you learn? I make mistakes every day. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make friends with them. Make friends with your mistakes. They have so much to teach. Avoid what other people think about your mistakes, unless they are people in your life that you can trust and you know they want you to grow. Because the mass majority will want to point out your mistake when they have nothing to do with your life and they don't really care about you, but they will want to point out your mistakes because it makes them feel superior in some way. You're better than that. You have much more to give. Let me read something from you. I'm going to shift gears a little bit, but before I do, I want you to think about a mistake that you made where you had a negative response, where you carried it into the next moment. And then think about a mistake maybe recently where you can start to turn that corner by getting the lesson, by saying that mistakes are okay. Make the mistake your friend so you can get the lesson and then change. And so the next moment is better. Edison said that his 1,000 mistakes were 1,000 steps he took. Yes. There's a lot of talk about Edison. There's 1,000, 10,000, 10,000 ways. I know firsthand that his team, they tried 6,000 times to get the right filament for the light bulb. So I know there's at least 6,000. So I think when they say 10,000, it's probably a really good estimate that Edison tried 10,000 times between him and his team. They tried 10,000 times. Now, were they sitting in there going, oh, you screwed up that one? And this is another great analogy. Think about it this way. This might be worth the price of admission, which is free. If you treat everything like an experiment, then it's all feedback. Let me try this. It didn't work. Let me try that. It didn't work. So if you treat it all like an experiment, it's nothing more than feedback. You get the feedback and you move on. So let me share this with you. I got something to read with you here. This is gold. I'm going to shift gears with you on you a little bit here. This is from the book, the Tao Te Ching. Next to the Bible, it's like, I think it's older than the Bible, actually. And the wisdom in it is just incredible. I'm going to jump into the middle of this. Here it is. It says, the wise men of old have truly said, the bright way looks dim. The progressive way looks retrograde. The smooth way looks rugged. High virtue looks like an abyss. Great whiteness looks spotted. Abundant virtue looks deficient. Established virtue looks shabby. Solid virtue looks as though melted. Great squareness has no corners. And here it is. Great talent ripens late. The mistakes that you're afraid to make could be the exact way you need to go. Give yourself the freedom to make the mistakes. It's nothing but a paradox, and it's all a facade to society. Who cares? Go live your life. Make the mistakes. You're going to get up. You're wired for it. Regardless of what your conscious mind wants to throw up in the moment, based on some past programming that someone else gave you, your body is wired to progress, to succeed, to give, to contribute. It's already wired in your DNA. There's nothing to fight against. Your job is to get in flow. And I want to share one other thing that came up for me today. It's kind of not really related, but I want to share it with you anyway. And it's called The Wealthiest Man. I'm going to describe to you the wealthiest man right now. The wealthiest man has nothing but feels rich. The poorest man has everything and still feels like he doesn't have enough. It's all a set of expectations. Your life is right now. There's beauty in this moment. There's lots of mistakes you can make in this moment and grow. Life is an incredible gift. And your job is to live it, to get yourself in a state of flow. Let go of all this resistance and this should be this way, should be that way, I should be there, I should be. All that thinking is just preventing you. And it's going to create more mistakes that you're not going to learn from. Make your mistakes. You're an incredible, beautiful, talented human being. You're meant to give, you're meant to grow, you're meant to go. You're meant to give, you're meant to grow, you're meant to go. You're meant to give to other people, you're meant to grow through your mistakes, and you're meant to go, you're meant to progress. And it's a beautiful gift. Give yourself the permission to make mistakes today. Will you do that? Will you do that? So I'm going to type in the word mistake. Type in the word mistake. Let's make friends with our mistakes. Our mistakes are there to help us grow. And while you do that, type in the word mistake, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to get your shares. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to be back with James McNeil today at 1 o'clock for Flashpoint Friday. James is going to, he pours out every single time. He's the founder of Pure Spirit, creator of Pure Spiritual Intelligence, Dream Life, Verbal Aikido. He's got one of the most robust educational platforms that goes so deep, and he's just an incredible soul. And he's going to be with me. And he's been with some of the top people on the planet. He's been with, and I've been fortunate enough to become a friend with him, and we work together. So I'm excited to be back here at 1 o'clock. And there's going to be some news about Flashpoint 3.0. We're going to be doing something different there. I'll let you know. All I need to know is right now, if you just type in the word mistake for yourself. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I want you to make friends with mistake. Mistake's not a bad word. It's a part of our process. It's a part of our growing. And if you think of it this way, it's like a chisel. Every mistake is like, you think about Michelangelo, right? Carving away at the stone so that the angel could be revealed. Every mistake is like chiseling away so that we can reveal. And just like it says in the Tao, talent ripens late. Okay? Talent ripens late. I'm going to give you shares here. Oh, this is great. I give myself permission to take a chance today at something, even if it ends up being a mistake. Fantastic. If you have a thought of doing something, just take one small step towards it. Will you do it today? What have you been putting off? What have you been saying? When this happens, I will. What have you been putting off? I want you to enjoy your life today. I want you to get rid of all this pressure. You can still grow and feel good. Where are you going to grow more? In a state of anxiousness or in a state of relaxation? Where are you going to give more? In a state of anxiousness or in a state of relaxation? Your best is going to come from that relaxed, centered state. And when I say relaxed, I don't mean you're sitting back, lounging. I mean, you're just centered. Centered might be a better word. Mistake. Make friends with your mistakes. My life is an incredible gift, and I choose to treat my gift with love and honor and gratitude so that I may share with others. Hey, I'm in Haddonfield. This used to be a street here. I did a little thing on that yesterday. Good morning, Daniela. I'm glad you're here. The best things in life are not things. And I hope you got my quote there. That I should title that. I should write a poem about that. The poor man and the rich man. The wealthy or the wealthiest man. The wealthiest man is the person who has nothing and feels rich. The poorest person is the person who has everything and still feels like they don't have enough. What a paradox. Everything we need to grow can look like an abyss, but great talent lies as late. Set yourself free and just do it. I don't ever knock society, because society's like, we're a part of it. But we also don't have to be, we can be in it and still be separate from it and still beat our own drum, if you will. I'm not here to knock society or people. I don't believe in that stuff. People listen, we're all in it together. And my thing is to take care of my own house. If I take care of my own house, that's my way to contribute to the collective. Just ordered the Book of Gems. Oh, awesome. Bunsen burners, conical flasks, experiments. Yes. Make it all one big experiment. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Make the mistake. Oops, there we go. Make the mistake. All right. Final shares, type in the word mistake. And the mistake is to say you've made mistakes. And it's okay. I've made those mistakes. I make them all the time. You won't believe it. You don't want to be around when I'm making mistakes. But don't you want to beat yourself up? Oh, how can I be such an idiot? Oh, no. Mistakes are a part of it, all right? Give yourself the permission to make the mistakes. Helen Keller said, the richest things are felt in the heart and cannot be seen. Making mistakes are how we learn and grow. I'm going to take a screenshot of this one. Here we go. Let me get some of these screenshots and I'm going to reshare it. Hold on. All right, good. Got that one done. Save to photos. Am I still here? Okay, beautiful. I want to grab a couple of your screenshots here. This one I love. All right, let me get this one. I give myself permission. All right, I'm making mistakes right now. Hold on. All right, we're going to share that one. Done. Save to file. Okay, great. Oops, cancel. I'm here. I'm here. All right, everyone. I'm back. All right. I appreciate you being here this morning. This is Meet Me in the Morning. This is Austin. And I'm going to share one more thing with you here. This is my signature. Have a wonderful Friday. Join me back today at 1 o'clock when I sit down with James McNeil. I guarantee you will get a gem, a literal, metaphorical, an emotional gem, an incredible insight. Something great's going to happen. Have a fantastic Friday.